The TAP funding that we received at this event is extremely important. As I said before, we're an SME. We don't have unlimited funds, unlike some of the big boys out there. To know that we can come to a show and exhibit in such I suppose, an exclusive space under the great banner, the funding really helped us. It helped us get here.
Chris Wright, I'm the Managing Director of Astropol and Colourpol. We've got master batch businesses in the UK, and we've come to Blast Vision 2017 this year with the BPF. Huge driver for that was the grant money that was available. I don't think we would have come to the show without it. It's helped pay for the stands as well as the costs of the advertising.
When we first started at the Middle East Electricity Exhibition, we didn't have much business in the region, and now we operate quite successfully. We've got business in Dubai, in Qatar and in Saudi Arabia, and without the Department of International Trade support for our original attendance to the show, we wouldn't be here today.
I just wanted to express our gratitude for UK TAG for the grant funding towards the show that we've been attending here today, and this week is the last day today. I have to say it's been an absolutely fantastic couple of days for us. We've met some great dealerships and great businesses as well. So just again, we wouldn't be here probably without that funding. It's imperative to stimulate growth for us as a business internationally.
In 2016 and 17, we've received TAP support. This TAP support has been essential for 3 reasons. Firstly, it's given us the confidence to explore overseas markets. Without this encouragement, I wonder whether we would have commenced any of these projects. Secondly, working with TAP funded projects, we've been able to link in with other British brands, and we have a greater chance of success together. Finally, working with the British Footwear Association has been essential, as they've assisted in exploring the right markets and for us to not reinvent the wheel.
I would go so far as to say it isn't just important, it's almost essential that we require TAP funding to take this SME like ourselves to a conference such as this. So it's been 100% essential for us to succeed here.
Would you say that you could not participate without the TAP funding? Is that a fair comment?
That's a very fair comment. We could not do this conference without TAP funding.
We come to events with Gambika to meet all our current distributors. It's a very cost-effective way of meeting them, but also to try and find new distributors in territories where we're currently not represented. We come to the UK Pavilion. People find it very easy to find us. It also gives us credibility to be on the UK Pavilion. And we're very grateful for the support that Gambika give to us in arranging it and making life quite easy while we're here during the show.
Good morning, we're Walker Shortbread, and we come to ISM every year and have been coming for 38 years now. We believe in consistency and continuity, and we come back each year to meet our existing customers and sometimes pick up a new customer. We find ISM is a very good meeting place, and most of the biscuit industry in the world come here, so we find it a very effective trade fair, and we're well supported, and it's been a very worthwhile event for us over many years.
The TAP funding we get makes us say yes to a show like this. When you're a small business and growing, it's so hard to find the budget for an international show. It makes a big difference. We get a lot of business from the show, maybe about $20,000 to $30,000 at the show, but then we can get triple that from the show onwards as repeat orders come in and more business. It's been a key component to the success success of our export-led business, and we couldn't do it without the help of the British Pavilion and TAP.
We've been working with UKTI and British Footwear Association for a number of years and have received the TAP funding scheme on several occasions. It's a valuable tool to help us expand our export markets, and it's enabled us to take part in European and foreign exhibitions, fashion missions alongside the UKTI to all sorts of places that we normally wouldn't have explored. It's helped us to do.
From an SME point of view, TAP funding is essential. We don't have a massive budget like some of the multinational companies to be able to pedal our wares around the planet. So the funding we receive certainly eases the burden of travelling, of hotels, and being able to facilitate being at an event like this.
TAP funding allows us to go to more exhibitions, and the more we go to, the better the chance we have of selling our product.
Has TAP funding produced tangible export results in the past?
TAP funding has helped us go to Germany, has helped us go to Brazil, has helped us come here. We are now market leaders on one of our products in Germany. It's been very successful from our point of view.
7 years ago, 68 grams, 3 customers. 7 years later, after support with the FDA, we're exporting over 20 odd different countries and growing. Initially, getting the grant from the government is the incentive that's got us going. So who knows whether we would have pursued export or not. But we did, we have, and we're grateful.
For an SME such as Camlin, TAP funding is absolutely critical. First and foremost, we would not have the opportunity to break into emerging markets such as Inotrans, Traco, Taiwan, ME Rail, of course. Any concession, if you like, any help that an SME can get to promote the business, promote the UK, promote the technology is absolutely critical, especially to break into a market, any market such as the railway, which is a difficult market to access.
Hi, so we've been exporting now for 20 years, and we wouldn't have started exporting, we wouldn't have come to an exhibition like this had it not been for the support of the government. And we're really pleased that we were encouraged to actually take that first step. And now, just being part of the Great British Pavilion means that buyers can actually find us, and it gives us a real centre to the way that we are. We feel like we belong in this great society, this organised society.
The TAP grants have been amazing for Zigzag. Before we had access to TAP grants, we weren't able to travel to international markets in the way that we've been able to in the last couple of years. We've been able to go to Brazil, China, Japan, to Cannes, here where we are now, to the BIT TV market, and it's really opened up so many opportunities for us to produce and co-produce that we've never had before. So certainly from the Zigzag point of view, we're very thankful.
TAP funding was incredibly important. It's the first time that Manuli Hydraulics has come to the Indian market. The TAP fund has provided a great amount of support, allows us to be here, explore the opportunities and test what's available for the future.
Without the support that we got from TAP grants, we wouldn't have been able to have funded the first few markets. The private equity that we were raising was going on the production of movies like this one here and others that we've made. And actually, the aspiration was there for us to start exhibiting ourselves. But what we found was that it's expensive and it's actually very difficult to get the space in the exhibitor space. Film Export UK, having us under the UK Film umbrella and allowing us to come and sell alongside all of the established companies with the support of TAP, gave us the opportunity to bring our films to market.
We have showed at various shows over the past 3 years using the TAP agreement. Without the TAP agreement and the support of the British Footwear Association, we would not have been able to go to these markets. We would not have been able to take our brand. And without it, it has been totally invaluable in us setting up a business in the US, Japan, and also Italy.
So we wouldn't have been able to branch out into international markets if it wasn't for BFA and UKTI. The UKTI grants enabled us to attend shows which in our early stages we couldn't have afforded to do and wouldn't have been able to rationalise that spend on. With the BFA's guidance and UKTI's financial support, it made it particularly achievable.
Cornish Sea Salt's part of Provenance Brands, and we started to export back in 2012, and that's when we joined the FDEA. With them, and thanks to their support of the FDEA, we've now been exhibiting in several food trade shows around the world, and today we're exporting to over 32 countries.
Much easier to do it with the EIC, and they basically get everything organised for you. You turn up on the stand, drink coffee and see your customers, which is brilliant.
They put things together, they give you a lot of information, they make you feel you're part of a family, you're not standalone here, but no, we're behind you. So I think the EIC is a very good institution.
If we weren't members of the EIC, we wouldn't be present in the oil industry at all.
Supply specialist equipment for special effect, as you can see from the samples. And I just wanted to say that by getting the grant, it gives us the opportunity to start first time to see if we can do business in India.
We're quite a small company, so any funding, TAP particularly, is quite important to us. We've recently started exporting to Australia, and I'm pretty certain that we perhaps wouldn't have made our first visit there if we hadn't had TAP funding.
It is so important for us to have this sort of help in order to promote our work and in order to find the clientele and the strength to be abroad, because it is a challenging fair and it is very expensive for us to do it by ourselves, especially when you start, because you don't know if you're going to find the client.
Without the TAP funding and certainly without the support from BIMA, it would be unlikely that a small independent UK company that we would attend without that.
The TAP grant funding is very, very great help behind those peoples, that they can help us the dream coming true. So this is very, very important, and I do hope that the funding can keep going and help many, many people like me in the future as well.
We get a TAP grant, which is extremely useful, and found what our own manufactured products that we're promoting out here, there is a great advantage to be involved with the group, whether that be from an exposure point of view, or the organisational skills of the UK Secretariat,